The historical schools on the Nine of Swords kind of have an interesting split. One of my more favorite of the cards actually is the Tarot de Marseilles, in which it's you deserve it in the nines, and so it's in the area of boundary. So you deserve to give yourself a break today and a boundary, telling that slightly parasitic person that they have to reciprocate. Or like in professional reading, I heard yesterday, or the day before, excuse me, on Sunday, the worst and cruelest thing a querent can say to you is, "Oh, can you just tell me this really fast? It's just a small question, meaning your time's worth nothing, I'm not going to pay you for it." It's a boundary violation. And so the idea is you deserve to have an equal relationships or boundaries or things of this nature. The Nine of Swords in the Visconti is going to take on a very similar to the traditional, so I'll wait to that to the last. Well, just real quick, again, Nine Swords is, the realm of communication, air, the idea of talking, of beliefs, of ideas, and so the idea of consternation or misery in the mind, comes into play with this card, correlating these sorts of things, very communicative or mental aspects of angst. In the Etteilla, and of course Dame's Tarot is following suit, it's actually a quite different. Note the bishop, that's a bishop there, or actually, looking a little careful at the crozier, probably an abbot. But at any rate, this individual is to key you off that this is about celibacy is the key word. And I really think while it can be a literal celibate or someone in a virginal state, I think inner purity is more what we're looking at, because the reverse meaning in both of these is about mistrust and disloyalty. So it's inner impurity is the flip side. It's the reverse, the shadow. So inner purity, in a certain sense, maybe when you engage in very serious spiritual exercises and push into them, you may withdraw sexually to sublimate or focus that energy in. I guess in yoga, when they talk about the need of celibacy or chastity, it's not so much sex that drains the yogi from spiritual ability. It's rather that the sexual thoughts or impulses need to be channeled up through the chakras into the highest, into the mind, to get that extra bits of spiritual attainment. So it's really sublimation in the traditional sense, where you take energy of one sort and channel it into another direction. So anyway, this is kind of some of the range we see in the historical school, other than the Visconti here, which of course I'm working from a modern book, so maybe it's an anachronism. It's quite a different take, the most positive take on the Nine of Swords. And so again, working with this school, you can really throw some querents for a loop if you end up with a tarot fanatic. By the way, I should make a statement. Tarot fanatics are very rare. Most likely you will not run into them. But the problem again is letting go, because I can become one, letting go and just receiving the reading or interacting at the level that's appropriate. So for the personal school, you want someone that's active, but you need to get them away from set ideas and to experience the cards. So it's really interacting appropriately based on the school or approach. Yes, and one last thing, as a quick addendum, Pappas, of course, remember he has the three parts. It's thesis, antithesis, synthesis from Hegel. Well, of course, so it's commencement, opposition, equilibrium. At this point, really 7, 8, 9, 10, it's kind of working through those various arrangements and finessing that. And so for nines, for him, is certain duration of the hatred. Because remember, for swords, for him, is very negative kind of aspects. It's trouble that you have to work through. Which, of course, is the grist of life, and it's the proving ground of spirituality. So that's what we have with historical schools.